All right, how you doing? Today is 28th. We getting pretty much to the end of the year and into next year. So hope next year, I'd say, as we close this year out, it'll be the year that you want it to be. All right. I mean, I've heard that there's gonna be some trying times next year, but hey, when they say that what's this saying? The going is tough. The tough gets going. All right. So let me talk about this blizzard up at Buffalo, New York. All right, that I was kind of paying attention to. There's been a lot of problems out there, out in the east, northeast, and the Midwest with snow and stuff like that. As you can see, airlines are stuck. There's tens of thousands of people are stuck in airports. Luggage everywhere. That type of thing. It's hard to travel on roads. But it's my understanding, like in Buffalo, New York, they've had, for reports I saw, like 4 feet of snow. I mean, that is a lot of snow. All right. Uh, oh, sorry about that. I ended up getting a text here. Her name was Indell. Her name was Indell. Okay. Indell Thomas, 22-year-old young lady from Charlotte. Now, she moved up there to go to college and take care of her dad. Okay. Live in Buffalo. Her family is based down there, but her father lives in Buffalo. All right. And they had reports from her family on her dad's side that she was a sweet girl, just trying to, find a way for herself. And she was stuck out in snow for pretty much like a day. She was texting her family to let her know her status. And she had snow, was sitting in her car, right? And had snow probably like 3 to 4 feet. Um, I'm sorry, 3 to 4 feet at her, like the level of her waist and so forth. Okay. And next thing you know, she was found dead by a stranger. Okay. Like almost like a day later. So it's a sad story. I'm just saying this from my experience or whatever, from living in Colorado for 3 years when I was in the Army. And when it snowed up there, when I used to go to Black Hawk and go hang out there, and like in around that area, if you've been out there at Cripple Creek, my children, they've been up there, Ogden, Utah, for let's see here, about 6 years. So, and they even get more snow on that side of the Rockies than they do on the Colorado side, unless you're up in the mountains. So Colorado, if you go down there in Denver, it's colder, but on the west side of the Rockies, it's not as cold, maybe in 20 degrees. On the other side, it gets 20 below, but it's 20 like in Salt Lake and Ogden, but you're going to get more snow up there. Okay. So I'm just saying I've had the experience to drive that, and it's snow and that type of stuff. And out there, they keep their roads pretty clean. You know, I don't know the condition, how the their condition, how they take care of their roads. They're probably going to take care of the roads, their main roads, but it's not. They're not going to take care of all the roads. Okay, the ones that's probably accessible the most, mainly what they call the main drags. But some of those areas or whatever, those residential areas, okay, they may have somebody that uh, on the more important streets that may have a snowplow. Okay, if it's private or something like that, maybe I'll plow a little bit of snow out of the way. But you in your neighborhood, you may not find that type of help at all, and you may be lucky if somebody got a snowplow. Okay, but this girl, from my understanding, was calling and calling, and nobody could help. From what I understand, that everybody was stuck, and I just I do believe it, and I don't. Okay, I don't believe that some of that. and it looks like that area looked like it was an area that could have been like accessible. Okay, for me, I've had experience or whatever that driving in snow. I had a couple of fender benders, especially when I was in Colorado. All right, but I drove off, got the insurance company to fix it and so forth. But let me tell you this: people knew about this snowstorm probably a week prior, from my understanding. There's two things you could do. Either you need to leave that area and maybe go to another place where you don't think they're going to get snow, especially if you're in the Northeast. You may have to maybe spend a few days. Take the days off, 3 or 4 days off, go down to maybe the South, maybe, I don't know, the Maryland or, that type of stuff. And don't even, Virginia, Southern Pennsylvania, and don't count it out there because they've been dumped with snow up there in Northern Virginia too. Okay, they had the snowstorm last year where out there in DC on 95 North, if y'all familiar with that area, Northern Virginia, they were stuck like for 40 miles, okay, on North 9 and South 95, but particularly like North 95, okay, for a whole day, an entire day, y'all. But either leave, they say, fled like Ted, or if you decide you're gonna stay your butt at home. You need to prepare, particularly like if you live up north. Get yourself a generator. This is why preparing is very important, pertinent. Get yourself a generator, food, water, all right? And just stay home. Don't try to buck the weather, all right? Because you're going to lose out every time. I got to get that later. All right, there was, my understanding, 25 people up there that died. Okay, this happens all over the country with a lot of these snowstorms and hurricanes and that type of stuff. But particularly like with a lot of homeless people get stuck out. They had a big incident like that down in Houston last year, in Dallas. Okay, with all that snow and all that. But people are stuck out for days. But if you're in a situation where you can fix that, please, I urge you, just stay home. Okay, now I told you the two, choices that you can do. All right, and don't let nobody say, "Oh yeah, well, you gonna leave your, family, and you ain't about family or whatever." Okay, but one of the two, you have to make the decision that's best for you and your family. Okay, and there ain't no punk move about getting out if you can. Okay, you could try to tell people. All right, maybe try to get a few people to come with you, get a few things. If they don't want to go, hey, just let them go. Okay, you can't help people that don't want to help. Just move on. Okay. All right, so I hope I've said something. Maybe you could share it with somebody else if you're not in that predicament. Okay, I don't know. This is kind of like a community service type thing. And thank you for your time. All right, I don't know. I just wish the Most High would bless all of you and listen to this video, include myself, and have a nice day.